When I decided to start composting with the Aerobin 200, I didn't anticipate my composting journey would include an encounter with wildlife. This is the story of how 4 black bears taught me some important lessons about composting in bear country. My composting routine was simple, religiously adding a balanced mix of browns and greens to the Aerobin 200. For greens, I use vegetable kitchen scraps like onion and potato peels, orange peels, and vegetables that had gone bad. For browns, I shredded Amazon boxes and added dry leaves from the fall. Everything seemed to be going smoothly until one fateful night. It was late, and I was about to call it a night when I heard an unusual noise coming from outside. Curious and a bit apprehensive, I peeked through the window and was shocked to see 4 black bears climbing up the hill towards my property. Living in a mountainous area, bear sightings are not too uncommon, but having 4 at once was a new experience. The bears were clearly on the lookout for an easy meal. They started by sniffing around the yard and quickly found my watering can, which I had been using for fish emulsion fertilizer. The smell must have been irresistible to them. They tore the can apart, biting a hole through it. The destruction didn't stop there. The bears then made their way to my deck, moving things around as they searched for more food. I heard noises near my Aerobin, but unfortunately my flashlight wasn't charged, so I couldn't fully assess the situation until the morning. When I woke up and went outside to survey the damage, I was greeted by a scene of total chaos. The Aerobin 200 was in shambles. The bears had found a weak point in the design, the tabs holding the side panels together. These tabs had completely broken, and half-finished compost was scattered everywhere. Seeing my composting efforts literally torn apart was disheartening, but I was determined to salvage the situation. First, I collected as much of the scattered compost as I could. Then I inspected the damage of the Aerobin. The side panels had been dislodged and the tabs that held them together were broken. To fix this, I used super glue to repair the tabs. It was a meticulous process, but once the glue dried, I reassembled the Aerobin, ensuring that everything was secure and in place. This encounter with the bears was a wake-up call. I realized that some changes were necessary to prevent attracting wildlife again. The primary culprit seemed to be the smell emanating from the fresh kitchen scraps that I added daily. To mitigate this, I decided to stop adding greens to the bin on a daily basis and instead only add them once every 2 weeks. This gives the scraps enough time to break down and reduces the strong odor that attracts animals. In addition to this, I increased the amount of browns I added to the bin. Browns, being carbon-rich, help balance the moisture content and neutralize odors. By adding more browns than greens, I hope to keep the smell under control and make the compost bin less appealing to bears and other wildlife. Interestingly, the bears came back the next day. This time, they seemed to be checking in on me, but didn't cause any further damage. It was as if they were making sure I had learned my lesson. Seeing them so close again was both fascinating and a little bit exciting, but it reinforced the importance of making my compost bin bear-proof. This experience was a stark reminder of the challenges of composting in a wildlife-rich area. It underscored the importance of understanding the local environment and adapting practices accordingly. While it was frustrating to deal with the aftermath of the bear attack, it also provided valuable lessons in resilience and problem solving. Composting is a journey of trial and error, learning and adapting. The Aerobin 200, despite the bear incident, has proven to be a robust and effective compost bin. The incident highlighted its weaknesses, but also allowed me to innovate and improve my composting practices. As I continue my composting journey, I'm more mindful of the balance between convenience and safety. The changes I've implemented have made the process smoother and more secure. Composting has become an integral part of my daily routine, and I'm committed to making it work despite the occasional hiccup. Composting is not just about turning waste into soil. It's about connecting with nature and understanding the ecosystem around you. My encounter with the bears was a dramatic reminder of this connection. It taught me to respect wildlife and adapt my practices to coexist with the natural world. The Aerobin 200, despite its initial setback, has proven to be a valuable addition to my sustainable living efforts. By adjusting my routine and reinforcing the bin, I've been able to continue my composting journey with renewed vigor and confidence. If you're considering composting, especially in areas with active wildlife, take my experience as a lesson. Prepare, adapt, and stay committed. The rewards of rich homemade compost are well worth the effort. Stay tuned for more updates on my composting adventures, and as always, happy composting.